Hey, all you absolutely extravagant folks out there. So tonight I was getting a quick run in. By the way, it's freezing outside, but it felt amazing. I needed it. I needed to hit that pavement. But I was running and I was just thinking about some things that have happened in our town and have happened to close friends of mine and to complete strangers that I've never met, but just know about, to do with suicide. Now, in our family, we deal with a plethora of, I love using that word, plethora. Ooh, plethora. Anyways, so we have a plethora of challenges, and suicidal thoughts is and has been one of them. Now, I don't feel the need to go into great detail on which kid it was, and because my kids are all pretty open about stuff like that anyways. When they've healed from something, they're cool sharing it. So I'll let them do that. But we've definitely dealt with it. And a few things that I've learned and want to speak with you about tonight is has completely transformed the way that I see the whole situation. And isn't that what this life is all about? Like changing our perception to better love and meet people in the place that they are? Yeah, that's what it's about. Plethora. Anyway, I just got to run a runner's high. First of all is to speak to a family member who has had someone in their life who has passed away, and suicide was a part of it. And to ask them if they were saved and to have any thought whatsoever about anything besides freaking surviving the ache of your DNA, your family member having died and is no longer here, is absolutely 100% pure hate. Now, a lot of people might say, but I've seen people die in the past, and then conversations about salvation is how this family member came to know God, and I get it, there's the one-off. But the human condition is such a very fragile thing. And I am speaking directly to those who might encounter someone who's had a family member who is no longer here due to suicide. And I'm asking you to not hate them. And if you have a concern about the person that's no longer here's salvation, pray about it. Okay? Now, I'm going to speak directly to the belief system that says there's a heaven and a hell, and I'm not going to get real in depth of what I believe because we haven't gone all night, right? But I'm going to share with you in your belief system what's appropriate, okay? So there are people who believe that someone is not going to go to heaven unless they have asked Jesus to come and to live into their heart, and that is the only way that they will be able to go to heaven. And once you reach the age of accountability and you have that opportunity, if you reject it, then you will be cast into hell when you die. And if you accept it, then you will be whisked off to heaven and life will be perfect, right? Wham, bam, plethora. Anyway, gotta lighten the mood a little bit. When a 2-month-old baby dies in that belief system, we say that they are going to go to heaven because their mind can't possibly be wrapped around the idea of salvation. And we give the 2-month-old in that belief system a free get out of jail card. You don't got to go to hell, you get to go to heaven. But if somebody who's like 12 or older dies, there's automatically, by way of suicide, there's automatically this immediate question of salvation. But I want to tell you, if you've never had someone in your family or close to you that is suicidal and you've never had a conversation with them about it, and you never see the complete and utter desperation that happens when you're in that state, then you probably should get some more connections and reach out to some people who could use your help, because it'll change your life. Okay, the 2-month-old who can't wrap their brain around salvation is absolutely, in your belief system, no different than the 35-year-old who just put a bullet in his brain. Okay, his mind in that moment is infantile state. There's a complete war that has happened, and there's no control anywhere. Now, I'm asking you nicely, gently, because a few things have made their way back to me over the years in ways that the church reached out to those who've lost someone due to suicide. And I'm asking nicely for you to consider taking that portion of your conversation out of the conversation and let mom and dad grieve the loss of their daughter. And let son and daughter grieve the loss of their dad without having to worry about his eternity. The 2-month-old baby and the suicidal man are no different. Okay? Now, my belief system doesn't even have all that cause and effect that happens, because I know it's really crazy, but whenever, they said, let us make man in our own image, that's called DNA. That's a creation and a birth. So I'm kind of weird and have this funky heretical belief that once God inserted his DNA into us, that he can't then be separated. And so I don't really think that good dads throw their kids in hell if they are having a bad day or they're having a mental breakdown. I don't think God's going to do the same thing either. But I wanted to speak to you in your belief system, because either way, it's inappropriate to talk to people at their funerals and in inbox messages who have lost people due to suicide and ask them things of that magnitude. So that's as nice as it gets. Consider it. Love you guys. Word.